He forgets this young man wants to go home. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Alderman Bogart.
Here.
Alderman Ravencraft.
Here.
Alderman Covert. Alderman Bell.
Here.
Alderman Wilson.
Here.
And Alderman Lewis.
Here.
We do have a forum, so I will call this meeting to order. Can I get a motion to approve of June 6, 2024 special meeting minutes, please?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Alderman Bogart. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Have a second, please?
I'll second.
By Mr. Lewis. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Special items, we see none. Appointments to boards and commissions, we have none. Scheduled public comments. Kip Beatty, YMCA fireworks request application July 20th.
Good evening. Yes, I am here on behalf of the YMCA and Ashland Betterment Coalition to seek permission for the fireworks show on July 20th at the YMCA. I believe you have my application, firework insurance, all that's been turned in. I guess are there any questions that I can answer about the fireworks show?
Y'all did this last year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think we've done. what, this
2
is
years,
third
2 years in
year?
a row. This will be the third year.
For you,
Third year for the YMCA
right?
this year.
So a total of 4 years total, right?
No, this will be the third year. We did one in September,
Okay.
and we did in July last year. This will be the third year for the YMCA.
How do you get insurance so cheap?
Yeah, no guy.
It was awesome last year. I guess I know you have plans for some of that land. What happens then? And what's the timeline on that?
In regards to our trail in sports fields, is that what you're asking about, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I'll let Jane answer that question. So the trail is part of the grant, cap grant with the city of Ashland and with the school district. Maybe I should ask you guys that question.
So, frankly put, we won't be completed with bid and award by the time of this event.
Well, maybe, how about the future though?
So next year, at this time, we hope to have the trail done, fields completed, parking lot expansion done, but still look through the fireworks show again next year on our fields. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, I was just kind of, I
Yeah, but
know.
construction won't be happening during the fireworks show. We're still a little bit out on that. I wish we had construction going on.
Any other questions for Kip? No? All right, thank you, sir. Okay. Do we need to approve it?
Yes.
All right. I get a motion approving Kip Beatty YMCA fireworks request application July 20th.
I guess just to make it clear, so the ABC is doing this, we're just posting it, so.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Lewis, can I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Wilson, thank you. Alderman Bogart?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Bell?
Aye.
Alderman Wilson?
Aye.
And Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you guys.
Cheers.
All right, moving on. Caitlin Cunningham, request for alcohol in the park on July 21st.
Hi guys, we are looking down the barrel of the third annual Pride, and we're gonna do it at Ashland Park again. Last year we had over 500 attendees. We have similar folks coming this year in terms of we have 30 plus artisans and craftspeople, and then we have 15 plus information and resources from the community in terms of like health and just like resources for the community as well, and information. We last year had a beer garden and it went really well. We had that roped off. People were checking IDs. It was adjacent to the entertainment stage, so it kind of kept people sitting in there as opposed to them trying to get out and about with their beverage. And this year we have had the good fortune of partnering with both Le Bourgeois and Logboat Brewery. So they are both prepared. I know Logboat has been a little bit behind on their paperwork that they need to do for you guys because the gentleman I was working with, his father passed suddenly, and so that set us back about a week. But Mark and I are working pretty diligently with y'all and with Leslie about what paperwork you all need. I think you already have it from Le Bourgeois, so I am here to answer any questions and seek permission and make sure that y'all are still comfortable, and if there's any changes we need to make from last year and the beer garden, we can do that for you.
Questions?
Is it beer and wine then?
Yeah, there'll be beer and wine. Yeah, Le Bourgeois will have wine. They'll be doing tastings as Brenda, don't you worry, they're gonna do,
I just wanna make
they're
sure.
gonna do tastings as well as
I know what they're wine.
and then Logboat just got their draft. They like have a truck that has drafts on the side. They just got it repaired, so they're hoping to bring that. That's the plan, is for them to bring that.
When it comes to thirst, prevention is better than the cure. It's just staying ahead of it.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
It says July 21st, which is a Sunday, is that correct?
Mhm.
What are the hours?
It's 9 to 2.
Okay, and the only reason I ask is that that evening, starting at about 5 o'clock, will be the softball league, and I wanted to make sure. that we-
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't go into the evening. You know, future years will tackle that. It's getting big enough that maybe we'll have to consider that in the future, but for right now, my goal is to keep it pretty small, pretty centrally located and kind of under control so that I don't have to delegate too much of the responsibility and can take care of it. Yeah, oh no, the beer garden will stay, the beer garden will stay, yeah. I was really excited that Logboat and Le Bourgeois were both interested in coming to Ashland, so that felt good.
And we talked to Scott about any kind of police presence.
I'm sorry, sir, I couldn't.
Have we discussed any police presence at the time, or just drive-bys?
Last year, again, this happened before I came on last year, I was told we didn't have any real
No, there was no issue.
law issues. My intent, assuming airplanes land when they're supposed to land, is I'll be here.
Okay.
And I plan on just coming and being in town, being in the area, being available just in case. But we'll have our normal officer working, and then I'll be there. We'll probably try to get one of our part-timers to be here also. But, yeah, so we'll be around.
Any other questions?
Oh. I don't know if anybody else, I know it's not beer garden related, but we are also doing a 5K, so that's kind of cool. So that's in addition this year, so.
And they have, they've submitted, no, go ahead, they submitted the paperwork for that.
I figured since you were here, I'd mention it because
Spoken
they
with
want to know about it.
the person doing the organization of that, and we should be good to go. We're not gonna close any streets, everybody will be responsible for obeying traffic law, et cetera, because it's not a chip time competitive.
No, this is a fun
It's
run.
kind of a fun run, and so it should be just fine.
What paperwork still needs to be?
Just a parade permit, it's not a parade, but.
For the liquor license.
Oh, my God.
You need a catering license from Logboat, I believe.
Okay, just the local picnic license.
I mean, didn't we already approve alcohol in the bar for the softball? So, it happens to be on the same day, so I don't even know if we have to vote on it.
Well,
Been
it's
safe.
a kind of,
We have very specific hours on it.
Yeah, it does have to. Although I like your thinking, Nathan.
You have a question? Mr. Brendan, do you have a question?
I mean, hopefully eventually they won't have to do this because we're working on a
Yeah, that's what,
program.
yeah, hopefully we'll fix the issue.
What are we working on?
We're working on
Updating
it
our rules for.
Yeah.
for alcohol, so that every time the Y wants to play softball or someone wants to play a festival.
You don't have to
We make it a little bit
You don't have to
easier.
ask
Jump
us.
these hoops, gotcha. Yeah,
It can
I
be
mean,
more administrative.
it's always nice to see you guys.
You're welcome anytime.
Oh, thanks, guys, thanks.
A lot of our cities authorize a city clerk to issue temporary liquor licenses, for example. It just makes it much easier to get.
Something else for Darla.
We already do this for the rodeo, we don't come here because it's not on our property.
Okay.
So there's other people.
stay consistent with what we did for the YMCA, this will be on the next agenda by resolution.
Do some motion.
Nope.
All right,
It's just for her presentation, we'll have it for a vote for you guys next meeting.
thank you.
So do I need to attend the next meeting, or will you guys?
Are you gonna have any more additional questions for her next month?
No.
Have Brenda text me, she has my number.
I just call her and ask her.
Yeah, right, no, but legitimately, the same applies to everybody, if you guys ever have any questions on anything, I'm happy to talk your ear off about everything that I have planned. So,
Thank you.
alright, thank you guys.
All right, public hearing, I see none. Council Bill number 2024-21, ordinance approving Green Pastures Plat 2.
All right, this report to provide you information regarding the replat for the proposed minor subdivision known as Green Pastures Plat 2. The owners of the property are Devin and Christina Winder, and the submitting firm is Meerbrook LLC Land Surveying. Christina Lubert of Lubert Engineering performed the review. The subject property currently is approximately 4.08 acres and will be split into two parcels of each approximately 2 acres. The current address of the current parcel is 16,300 Old Highway 63, and it sits just west of Southwind subdivision. The zoning is R1 single family already. And so the Green Pastures plat was originally approved back on December 4th, 2012 by the Peterson family, for the Peterson family. Plat 2 was originally proposed to the city by the current owners back in 2018. It was not approved due to the lack of proper sewer availability. This issue has since been resolved with the build out of Plat 6 of the Southwind subdivision. The existing lagoon on the property will be abandoned as part of the sewer connection process. A building permit will not be approved for Lot 1A until there is confirmation that it has been removed from service. With the creation of this subdivision, the Winders intend to either use the northern lot, which is currently vacant, for the building of another family home, or put that parcel up for sale. So staff recommends approval of the replat of the Green Pastures Plat 2 subdivision as it appears to have met the intended requirements of the city code. This was also recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission on June 11th.
PZA recommended, everything's fine.
Yes.
Any questions for staff?
I just have not really a question necessarily, just a comment going forward at some point in time. The only thing that concerns me about this is just the platted neighborhood where the utility and drainage easement falls on the back of lot 602 and then basically just hits the back of these two lots. I see that there's a ditch in there and some of those things, but it's just something to consider, as I think we've run into a few times throughout town where one platted neighborhood with drainage runs into the back of one that was never originally graded to be connected, and we get some drainage issues. So as long as that can be just in the back of the minds of whoever approves, building permits, et cetera, going forward. I don't know that it affects the actual replat, but just a concern I have with looking at the layout.
Yeah. So only the northern lot would be built on in the future. The other one.
Yeah,
already has
well,
that,
just,
so.
just all I'm concerned about is how this drainage lot goes diagonal right, or the drainage easement goes diagonal right into the corner of those two.
Uh-huh.
I see that there is a ditch there, and it may be fine, but I have seen several areas where, even to the same
They obstruct the
neighborhood.
flow of the ditch.
Yeah,
and
just
it
because
doesn't
they
drain.
weren't designed to flow together, that just stopped, and then the next one just stopped. But just a thought to prevent any issues on those other lots there in the
Yep.
future.
Absolutely. I'll refer that to whoever handles the bill.
Let them know.
I'll let them know.
On the grab his other hat.
Any other questions for council? All right, can I get a motion approving Council Bill number 2024-21, an ordinance approving green pasture plat 2?
So moved.
Alderman Bocart, second.
I'll second.
Alderman Lewis. Alderman Lewis.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Bell.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ravenscraft.
Aye.
Alderman Bocart.
Aye.
Old business, we have none. Moving on to new business. Resolution 2024-42, a resolution authorizing the write-off of certain uncollectible receivables. Staff report, please.
The city of Ashland currently has 53 uncollectible receivable utility accounts. All fall into the following categories. They're under $100, death of the account holder, and/or past the collection date to collect. Attempts to collect have all been exhausted. The utility accounts are notoriously difficult to collect. All of these accounts are under $100. Sending them to collections would result in, if they were actually collected, a 60% return on the balance owed, as the collection agency retains a percentage for the processing fee. These accounts all had deposits, however, the deposits did not cover the final bills, and the total amount of the write-off is $2,562.10. It is our recommendation that you pass the resolution and allow the utility billing department to adjust and/or write off that amount.
Any questions?
Are any of the accounts belong to the people that are still in the area?
No.
That
Yeah,
may
they've
come
all
in
been
and have
vetted.
another,
Yeah.
have another property or something like that, so.
Yes, and they will maintain, even if they're written off, they'll maintain a flag in the account should that individual or individuals decide to move back to the city of Ashland. But no, none of these individuals live here, they do not have any other accounts here, and all attempts to collect from them, their forwarding addresses have resulted in nothing.
Yeah, is that past due bill, is that attached to the person or is it attached to the property?
That's all, that was my question.
It's attached to the person,
To the person,
yes.
So the bulk of those may
Right.
go to properties that are currently occupied by someone else and are
Correct.
new owners or
Yes,
new renters or.
Yeah.
that type of
But I mean, looking at the list, I mean, the most expensive one is $98. One of them is less than $1. I mean, collection of those things is preposterous.
Yeah. I guess on the back page there, it sees the.
I mean, a lot of these are $40 here or there kind of
Yeah.
things.
and this is a process that we do yearly, if you recall, Rick. And this is a lot less than it used to be. But yes, this is a process that we do yearly if we have anything that is uncollectible. So we do this, and then if we have funds that are a credit to the account, which they have not cashed their checks that were mailed to them, we send those to the Missouri State Treasurers for unclaimed.
Any other questions? All right, can I get a motion approving resolution 2024-42, a resolution authorizing the write-off of certain uncollectible receivables?
So moved.
Alderman Lockhart, can I have a second?
I'll second.
By Alderman Lewis. Alderman Lockhart?
Aye.
Alderman Ravenscraft?
Aye.
Alderman Bell?
Aye.
Alderman Wilson?
Aye.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution 2024-43, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Exxon Enterprises on behalf of the police department.
Thank you, folks. This would just be a continuation of our existing agreement with Axon for the additional vehicle we're adding to the fleet this year, the police fleet. We have cameras and licenses. We're getting rid of 2 vehicles and acquiring 3. And 2 of those are covered. We'll be moving equipment from 2 vehicles to the other 2, but we've got to take 1 extra set of licenses and cameras and that kind of thing for the additional vehicle. And so that's what this would be. It has been structured to coincide timing with the remainder of our contract with Axon so that it will all come due at one point and will give us an opportunity to, review, bid, whatever on alternative competing products if need be or if the time comes. But So that's what it's set up to.
Any questions for staff? I get a motion approving resolution 2024-43, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Axon Enterprises on behalf of the police department. So moved. By Alderman Wilson, and a second?
Second.
Alderman Bopart? Alderman Bopart?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Bell?
Aye.
Alderman Wilson?
Aye.
And Alderman Rhodes? Resolution 2024-44, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a trial agreement to test and evaluate the usefulness of the Welland Cloud Platform Vehicle Communication System for the police department.
Short version is a black box, right? It's just a pretty sophisticated black box that would go into vehicles. This is just a pure trial run through the end of the calendar year. And some of what this system will do for us is already being done by Joint Communications. It has GPS locators, that kind of thing, so we can, but supposedly, these folks that try to sell it claim that it's better than what we're using. But it is some duplication. It also allows to generate heat maps to be able to tell where and when we have been, where we've had patrol cars and how often, what parts of the city we're maybe spending too much time at, what parts we're not spending enough. Obviously track speed, average speed, et cetera. It will also send alerts if you have anybody have a newer car and you get an Amber Alert pop up in your car, you would get an alert saying, if we're running as an emergency vehicle, you get an alert saying emergency vehicle approaching from whatever direction. This is the beginning of a longer term deal, way out of the scope of tonight, but in the future, what's going to happen is, if you've ever seen a huge accident scene when it's dark out, and you just can't tell what's going on, right? You got fire trucks, ambulances, police cars, there's this huge sea of flashing light, it's confusing, there's a police officer trying to direct you. You can't see him, but he's mad at you because you're not doing what he's telling you to do. Eventually, all those vehicles will communicate. Basically, an on-scene wireless connectivity between our police cars, sheriff's department cars, ambulances, fire trucks, and it would coordinate a light pattern and brightness levels would all be kind of automatic. Now, that's kind of a long-term deal. So this would be a free trial. If we were to decide we liked it, it would have to be a budget discussion for next year. I think it would be on the order of $3,000 a month to do all of our cars. So that will have to be a budget discussion if we decide to do it. We may do it, say it's neat, decide we don't want to pay for it, and wait for, like most technology, future versions, which will hopefully be better and cheaper. So for right now, it's just a free trial. So, and we don't even have to take, it's not like one of those deals where you have to cancel. Come December, we either give them their stuff back or start paying.
All renewals.
Right, yeah, not one of those. No.
Is there any kind of
They don't have our credit card. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Is there any kind of, like how everything's got a deal, like try free for 6 months and then the first 6 months are half off, or is there any kind of deal associated with trying it now, or is it really just a free trial and you pay?
I can tell you my deal is if I decide we like it and we want it, I'm gonna tell them we want it free from January to May. So hit for our fiscal year next year. That would certainly be part of my discussion with them. If we decide we're gonna pay them money on an ongoing basis, I'm gonna want it free for 5 months or 4 months. But yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
At this point, no, sir.
And just for the sake of the board, so you always worry about, there will be some hidden fine print obligation. That sort of thing does not work against a city. The law doesn't allow you to trick a city into getting obligated like that. You would if you find something online. So I don't think these folks are trying to pull a fast one.
No.
But even if they were, it wouldn't work.
This Wheelan is a long
Massive.
time,
Oh, yeah.
well-known provider of emergency equipment, sirens, lights.
They've been making sirens for 50 years.
They've
Right?
been around forever. So it's not like it's a new internet sensation or something to come. They've been around a long, long time.
Any other questions? All right. Can I get a motion approving resolution 2024-44, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a trial agreement to test and evaluate the usefulness of the black box?
So moved.
Have a second, please?
Sorry.
And Mr. Mayor, you don't need a roll call on that, you can just have to take the ayes on a resolution.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, resolution 2024-45, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a law enforcement mutual aid agreement with Boone County Sheriff's Office.
So, like most cities, we have some convoluted city limits, as you're aware. And so one of the things that happens to us is we'll have a police officer standing there going, can I take action on this or not, right? Am I in the city, am I out of the city? If we observe a violation, depending on especially on 63, Route Y, Route M, you've got to be, did I observe that violation in or out of the city? One of the things that happens to our guys is, and in my brain, once we get south of Route H, people, us, as we start feeling like we're in Ashland, right? Well, we're technically not till we get down to Boyd Martin Road, right? And I've had guys come in feeling helpless when they've had people roast by, they're driving a marked police car, and somebody drives by them at 85 miles an hour, and they can't do anything about it, right, till we get down to Boyd Martin Road, and it makes us look bad, they feel bad. So what this would do is basically authorize our officers to initiate law enforcement activity countywide. And I talked to, you got this agreement from the sheriff, he's got this in place, Columbia uses it, and in the old days, the sheriff would just swear each of us in as county deputies. That's how it worked when I started years ago. The problem with that is that's now an agreement between the sheriff's department and an individual. And so if a person leaves the police department, that doesn't mean that agreement goes away. And the sheriff's on the hook for making sure that all that's accounted for all the time. This is an agreement between agencies, between our agency and the sheriff's department. People involved in this are only empowered when they are sworn employees of the Ashland Police Department. So once they leave, and that's the sheriff's benefit from it. It would, I think, I think ultimately it is a slight reduction in liability for us because, again, based on the city limits, the nature of things, we interact regularly with the sheriff's department and the highway patrol specifically. And under state law, they can always ask for help, and we can go anywhere, right? Poplar Bluff could ask for help, and we could go to Poplar Bluff and help them. But this takes away that. You don't have this question of did they ask for help or not, right? They don't have to ask if the sheriff's deputy's doing something and needs assistance. If, same for highway patrol, our guys can just be there and they're duly authorized police officers countywide. That's what it amounts to. And so it really doesn't, again, in my view, it reduces our liability a little bit because we don't have to be concerned about exactly where we are.
I'm glad to hear they have this. I have some other clients where the city agencies do not get along with sheriffs and jurisdictional fights become a thing and it's a hassle. So I'm glad to hear you don't have that kind of relationship.
No, we have a very good relationship.
Excellent.
Any questions? Any questions? No? I get a motion approving resolution 2024-45, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a law enforcement mutual aid agreement with Boone County Sheriff's Office. So, Alderman Wilson, and second, please.
I'll second.
Alderman Lewis. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to reports. Mayor's report, I just have two things. I want to thank the police chief and all the staff in the police department because you guys are patrolling a lot more in our city. And I know it's reflecting that because the residents are happier. They seem to be more knowledgeable that the police are around. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And also I've been seeing that weed abatement, we've been getting some groundwork on that. So I appreciate that, sir. All right, city administrator report.
I sent you out some emails with some dates, so just as a reminder, Rankin has an open house on the 20th from 3 to 6. If you haven't been inside that facility yet, please take advantage of that opportunity. Just go walk through there and see what it's all about. It's pretty cool what they have going on over there. Obviously, we played a critical role in helping that facility land here in Ashland, so it'd be great to get over there and take a look at it. They have the Shadow of Tech Day for prospective students coming up on July 11th. And they still have openings for their middle school targeted summer camp program, which is running the 22nd through the 26th of June. Also sent you out the RSVP reminder for Ready's quarterly event on the 27th of June at Pierpont General Store. So either click that link and let me know that, or let them know that you're going, or send me an email if you'd like me to RSVP for you, and I'll take care of it. We approved the lead service line mitigation agreement at our last meeting. We've passed that on to the contractor and are just waiting for a start date from them. So once we have that information, we'll kick it back to you guys for awareness. Parks master planning efforts, we're gonna have a kickoff with the planning team on July 12th. Now that all that survey work that we've talked about the last couple of meetings have been completed and submitted to Planning Design Studio, the firm that we'll be working with on this project. County Commission will be meeting here on the 20th at 1:30 to hold a meeting and present us with our ARPA grant award. So if you're available, please feel free to stop by and participate in that meeting. And that is at 1:30. That's all I have on my list.
City attorney report, please.
No report?
Public Works monthly report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm just gonna hit a few high points off of my report. After submission, when I've discovered that Missouri Petroleum is anticipating being in Boone County mid-July to start chip seal projects. Typically what they will do is go around and do all of the Boone County north and make their way south, and as they come to the south part of the county, they'll take care of our projects also. So I would anticipate late July, early August for that, which we plan to be the same time for the mill and overlay, so should be a fun few weeks. Oak Street Caspian Circle projects, as city administrator referred to, with the injection of funding from the ARPA grants, we were able to start moving forward with those two projects a little quicker than anticipated. It didn't make the deadline, the cutoff, the documents, the proposals came in too late, but we'll be conducting staff review of those and have something to put before you at the next meeting. The TAP grant that Kip referred to earlier, the hang-up was we received comments back from MoDOT, and basically they forgot to add a couple of profile designs for portions of the project, and then they did recommend one small sidewalk change just to address a grading concern there. Outside of that, we did have a new employee, Will Manier, start working for the sewer division last week, and we anticipate another new hire, Taylor Gardner, starting for the streets department towards the end of this month or early next month. He's moving here from Wyoming because he's heard such good things about us, and his wife did a job just
Thank you, sir. Any questions for James? Moving on to community development monthly report.
I just have one quick thing to add about my report that didn't make it in the report, and that is there is a Board of Adjustment hearing next Thursday, the 27th, at 7 p.m. for, it's Southern Boone County Storage. It's up North Henry Clay, just north of the car dealership there. They're gonna build storage units, and they need a variance on the height. They need some taller buildings, or just one taller building.
That's next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
When is, I assume they don't regularly meet, Board of Adjustment?
Correct.
I suspect it's been a couple of years, probably.
No.
You have, okay.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing?
They do.
Okay.
It's a bunch of former mayors and aldermen.
Outstanding. That relieves my concern. Often it's, those things don't meet for 5 years and no one knows what to do.
It's
Good deal.
coming out of a regular. So does anyone have any questions for me?
Move on to treasury report.
Does anybody have any questions? Mine was pretty straightforward, so I know everybody's wanting to get out early, so.
It's hot outside. It's nice and cool in here. Any questions for the treasury report, please? All right. Moving on to Board of Aldermen report. Alderman Bopart,
No report.
Alderman Ravencraft,
No report.
Alderman Bell.
We did get an email, Kristen and I, about a puddle of water, pond of water that's bothering some residents. I think they've been in touch with the city previously. I think I only got it like 48 hours ago, so maybe if we had a couple minutes after the meeting, we could discuss, so then I can get back with them promptly about what our next steps are.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Awesome. And then, the other thing is, I did reach out to the chief kind of in a different capacity, but we are having an event. Zimmer is having an event at Lakeside Ashland. The RSVP total is somewhere north of 225, so expecting a pretty big crowd, obviously. Not expecting any trouble, but just thought when we typically have those large events, we let folks know. And so they are aware of it. Don't anticipate any problems. Should be out of there well before 10, right, on time?
Next
So,
Thursday.
Next Thursday night, so just heads up.
Will you be ziplining?
Is it open?
Yes,
Is
it
online
is.
open? Oh my gosh.
It's not open officially. I saw a test run on it.
They're taking test run applicants right now.
I like the little Google thing. on
That's
it.
fine.
I think I'm just gonna stick to the unlimited popcorn, but,
Is it ready for the kid?
but yeah, so just a heads up, yeah. That's it.
Thank you. Alderman Wilson
No,
and Alderman Lewis.
no report.
Any comments from the public?
Alderwoman Colbert's report was provided in writing, since she's not here, just a few things in there.
Let's go with the Girl Scouts troop. Painted rocks.
Other than that, John is gonna have a quick report under the staff.
All right.
Reports, just to give you an update of where he's at.
Good evening, guys. Trying not to take too much of your time here. I've been interning with the city now 6 weeks or so. I've been learning a bunch of different things I haven't known about city, local government, and Ashland in general, so that's been great. I've been going to a lot of meetings, saw the aldermen at one of them in Jeff City, so that was fun. My two main projects I've been working on are park policy and the special events as well. So when it comes to the special events, so far I've been taking like policies from other cities and kind of like putting them on the books and things that like actually apply to Ashland type of thing. This still needs more work with Kyle and with Scott back there to kind of go through everything and iron out the details a little bit more. But my understanding right now is that Ashland doesn't have much on the books for the special events at all, so we're just trying to get something there. And so working through that, don't have too much to report on that right now. And then on park policy, I've just also looked at other cities' park policies and things and took bits and pieces from other cities and put it to ours. And I presented that to the park board last Monday, gave them all copies and pretty much told them if they have any changes or anything they want, they can just let me know. Most people seem pretty happy with it, and I expect them to vote on that by the next month's meeting with the park board and everything. So that's my update. If anyone has any questions or.
When you was doing the research on the park policies and stuff, in other cities, you see a lot of difference in ours, or, you know?
I would say from what we currently have, yes. What we have on the books right now is like, I think 7 pages, and half of that's just like how the board is structured. And a lot of other cities have a lot more about like what's actually allowed in the park and like things like that, like kind of common sense things, but things that just aren't actually on paper for us right now. So it's just kind of taking those and putting them on the books, yeah.
Any questions? Thanks.
Awesome, thanks.
General comments from the public, I see none. Motion to adjourn.
So, second.
Alderman Wilson, sorry. All in favor?
Aye.